Hey everybody, Kelly the MTG Fanatic coming to you guys with another 2013 Commander deck. Today I have for you Mind Seize. So, like the other decks, it does contain 15 new Magic cards. It has 3 oversized foil Commander cards, 100 card deck geared for multiplayer play. Rule Commander with you. Rule multiplayer with your Commander. We're only missing Power Hungry and Evasive Maneuvers. And here's a little blurb about Mind Seize. Jaliva Nephalia's Scourge sends her enemies fleeing in terror while co-opting their arsenals for herself. Each time she shows up on the battlefield, she snatches new and powerful spells to further her nefarious plans. Now, I'm not going to show the cards off to the side over here just because that does kind of give away one of the cards that people buy this for. So, let's crack into this again, like all the other ones. Except this one doesn't seem to be as nice as the other ones for opening. I think it has a little bit extra glue in this one spot. Yeah, see, it just right there. It's all messed up and really, come on, are you guys serious? You couldn't give me a box that was nice. There we go. I did find this at Walmart for $35, so once again, I did manage to find this deck. I know you guys were like, oh great, you can't find the Mind Seize one, the one that we actually wanted to open, not the other ones. But luckily, I managed to find it for you guys. Yes, sirree. Okay, this box is really weird. So we have our Jaliva Nephalia's Scourge, so it's a 1 red, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 colorless for a 1/3 legendary vampire wizard with flying. When Jaliva Nephalia's Scourge enters the battlefield, each player exiles the top X cards of his or her library, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast her. When Jaliva attacks, you may cast an instant or sorcery card exiled with it without paying its mana cost. This is actually a good card, but the funny thing is you're automatically going to exile 4 because it does require 4 mana. But 1/3, she is easily destroyed, which makes her that's why people are like, why is this deck so good if the commander is easily beaten down? Well, it's not actually for the commander of the deck, it's actually for 2 cards in particular that you can find within this deck. So here, I'll just set the commander stuff off to the side so you guys know it's a commander. Our second commander is Nekusar, the Mind Razor. So he's a 5 cost, 1 red, 1 black, 1 blue, 2 colorless for a 2/4 legendary zombie wizard. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Nekusar, the Mind Razor, deals 1 damage to that player. His enemies wondered if the Lich King's brutal death and unnatural birth had been his plans all along. Wow. Actually, it looks like a skeletal King Arthas off of World of Warcraft. He's not bad, because he forces your opponent to lose life, but at the same time they're getting cards. And our third one is our beautiful Alara guy, Thruximundar, which is a 7 cost, 1 red, 1 black, 1 blue, 4 colorless for a 6/6 legendary zombie assassin. It has haste, and when Thruximundar attacks, defending player sacrifices a creature. Whenever a player sacrifices a creature, you may put a 1/1 counter on Thruximundar. His name means he who paints the earth red. I really don't get how he's a zombie, but whatever. So on to our deck. We got some pretty cool commanders. I really like I like all of them because they're vampires and zombies. But honestly, I think Thruximundar is the better of them all. So we have our Jaliva Nephalia's Scourge, which I'm not going to go over. Like I said, cards that we've already seen, I'm not going to go over it. So we got Augur of Bolas from M13. Fogbank was, I think, M12 or M13. Good defender with flying. Nightscape Familiar. Ooh, I haven't seen this card since the old commanders. Now, this is the funny thing. This is a $20 card. Baleful Strix. And, hang on a second, guys. I just gotta plug in my camera again, so I will be right back. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. My battery on my camera is really weird. It always flashes like it's about to die, yet it's clearly not dead. Because, like, when you turn the camera on, it's at full battery. But like I said, Baleful Strix is one of the $20 cards of this set. Or, that you can find in this set. We have Nivix Guildmage from, Return to Ravnica. Guard Gomazoa. Not bad. Gutter Snipe. We have our first rare that is not a commander, and it's Echo Mage. So for 3, we get a human wizard with level up. Pretty snazzy card. Like, see, my camera's flashing like it's about to die. How does it go from being full battery all day to being dead? So we got Jace's Archivist, which is a 3-cost Vidalcan wizard, 2/2. 1 blue tap. Each player discards his or her hand and then draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards a player discarded this way. It's not a bad card, especially for multiplayer play. There he is, True Name Nemesis, a 3-cost 3/1 Merfolk Rogue. As True Name Nemesis enters the battlefield, choose a player. True Name Nemesis has protection from that chosen player. Yeah, he becomes invincible. He's the other, like, $25 card in this set. Then we got Vampire Nighthawk, which is always good. We got a Viceling, kind of freaky construct. Terra Ravager. Diviner Spirit, we actually see this card again. Mnemonic Wall. Hooded Horror, our second one is seeing him. There's our Nekusar the Mind Razor. We got Charmbreaker Devils, which is a 6-cost 4/4 Devil. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Charmbreaker Devils gets +4/+0 until the end of turn. So, not a bad card. I'm kind of sick of him being put into decks, though. Then we got Yu-Yo! Silent Prophet, so a 6-cost 4/4 Legendary Moonfolk Wizard. Flying. Tap 2. Return 2 lands you control to their owner's hands. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for that copy. Not a bad card. High mana cost to caster, though. There's our Thraxmundar. So we got all 3 of our buddies now. Now we got Baleful Force, which is an 8-cost 7/7 elemental. At the beginning of each upkeep, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Not bad. As with any malevolent being, the trick is knowing how long you can afford to keep it in your service. Yeah, like, because it eats away at your life. Wow, that is seriously all the creatures we have. Not very many, eh? So now we're on to our artifacts and our other spells. So we got Soul Ring. We have Wayfarer's Bauble. Amilary Sphere. I was amazed that wasn't in the other decks. Swiftfoot Boots. Obelisk of Grixis. We got, oh, that is the rare. Temple Bell, so it's a 3-cost artifact. Tap, each player draws a card. This deck is really big on both, or like all players drawing cards. Now we have, whoa. Come on, focus, there we go. Eye of Doom, so it's a 4-cost artifact. When Eye of Doom enters the battlefield, each player chooses a non-land permanent and puts a Doom counter on it. 2 and tap. Sacrifice Eye of Doom, destroy each permanent with a Doom counter on it. Wow, that could just blow up the field. Then we got Miari. It's a 5-cost legendary artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may pay 3. If you do, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Wow. I don't mind that. That's actually pretty good. Then we got Curse of Inertia. Okay, so I did see this in another deck. It was this one. We got Propaganda, Curse of Shallow Graves, Curse of Chaos. This one actually has 3. Spiteful Visions. So we have a 4-cost, 2 hybrid red and black and 2 colors enchantment. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Whenever a player draws a card, Spiteful Visions deals 1 damage to that player. Only problem is this also inflicts damage on you. We also have Arcane Melee, so it's a 6-cost enchantment. Instant and sorcery spells cost 2 less to cast. Debates between wizards are never purely academic. Pff, of course not. Price of Knowledge. So a 7-cost enchantment. Players have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Price of Knowledge deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards on that player's hand. Now this one is good. Forces all those other cards force your opponents to draw. Then you use this, and it eats away at your opponent. They'll be dead in no time at all. Vision Skeins. Soul Manipulation. Croesus's Charm. Grixis Charm. Ooh, we got Sudden Spoiling. So a 3-cost instant, split second. Creatures target player controls become 0/2 and lose all abilities until the end of turn. That's not that bad, actually. We have Dismiss. Is it another? It is another round. I'm just having a hard time seeing these through my camera. Illusionist's Gambit. So a 4-cost instant. Cast Illusionist's Gambit only during the declare blocker step. During the declare blocker step on the opponent's turn. Remove all attacking creatures from combat and untap them. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Each of those creatures attacks that combat if able. They can attack you or a planeswalker you control that combat. So it's just like extreme creatures melee. Wild Ricochet is another rare. So a 4-cost, 2 red, 2 generic instant. You may choose new targets for target instant or sorcery spell, then copy that spell. You may choose new targets for it. Interesting. We have Annihilate. Opportunity. Starstorm. So a 2 red X cost instant. Starstorm deals X damage to each creature, cycling 3. Not bad. Strategic Planning. Infest. And another rare is Tempt with Reflections. Tempting offer. Choose target creature you control. Put a counter onto the battlefield that's a copy of that creature. Each opponent may put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that creature. For each opponent who does, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that creature. So, this is like that... Oh, Tempt with Immortality. You bring back creatures. Same thing here. You bring back... you keep getting tokens. Fissure Vent. Incendiary Command, which is a 5-cost... 2 red, 3 generic sorcery. Choose 2. Either deals 4 damage to target player, deals 2 damage to each creature, destroy target non-basic land, or each player discards all cards in his or her hand, then draws that many cards. Whoops. The guy that we dropped was... come on. Vatilas? I have no clue what that is. So now we have Cruel Ultimatum. 2 red, 3 black, 2 blue. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, discards 3 cards, then loses 5 life. You may return a creature. You return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand, then draw 3 cards and gain 5 life. You have to do that. There's no mains in there. That automatically happens. Decree of Pain. So an 8-cost sorcery. Destroy all creatures. They can't be regenerated. Draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. With cycling, and when you cycle Decree of Pain, all creatures get -2/-2 until the end of turn. It's not bad at all. Army of the Damned, there's our other mythic. So an 8-cost sorcery, put 13 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield tapped with Flashback. Nice. Prosperity. Sky Scribing. Molten Disaster, 2 red X. Kicker, if Molten Disaster was kicked, it has split second. Molten Disaster deals X damage to target creature without flying and each player. Ooh. Then onto our lands, we have Akholm Refuge, Bojuka Bog, Command Tower, Crumbling Necropolis, Dimir Guildgate, Evolving Wilds, Grixis Panorama, Is It Boilerworks, Is It Guildgate, Molten Slag Heap, Opal Palace, Rakdos Carnarium, Rakdos Guildgate, Rupture Spire, Temple of the False God, Urza's Factory, nice. Vivid Creek is another nice card. Vivid Marsh is another good one. And then we got our islands, our mountains, and our swamps. So overall, not a bad deck. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And obviously my camera was not about to die, stupid camera, because it's clearly a 10-minute video plus 4 minutes in the other video. So yeah. Anyways, see you guys next time for another opening.